First of all, congratulations. How's the whole thing feel?
It's pretty surreal. It's hard to put into words. It's just amazing to be surrounded with my family and hear your name called by the great Dale Murphy. It's pretty special and hard to put into words.
Can I ask, let's go back a long time ago, like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
You're a 10-year guy now.
I know. Unfortunately, I'm getting
Well,
old, Chris.
well, let's take it the other way. When you first broke in, if I would have asked you, what do you think you might get out of this? Look, you have confidence, you can play, you were a high draft pick, but what were you honestly thinking about how this might go?
Yeah, not this. I don't think you could really envision something like this. All you want to do is your whole dream as a kid is to maybe one day be able to make it to the big leagues. And then when you get there, your whole goal is to stay there. And so you're never really thinking about individual awards. All we're trying to accomplish here is to get a World Series. So we came really close to that. And 10 years ago, to be here with an MVP is pretty special. But there's still one thing I'm missing. So hopefully we can take care of that next year.
Yeah, so you tied Chipper in the MVPs, but he still has you in the ring
Yeah,
department.
yeah, yeah. That is true. Believe me, I know all his accolades. So we're catching up a little bit, I think, right, Chipper?
He's in the clubhouse, you're not. That's the advantage that
Yeah,
you have.
that's a good point.
Yeah. So let me ask you, it's you, Hank Aaron, Terry Pendleton, and Chipper Jones. What do you think when you hear that group of names?
uh, that's special. Being able to play with one of those guys is he helped me get to where I'm at now, and having TP as a coach all those years and helping instill how to play the game the right way in me has helped tremendously. And Dale has come around so much. He's so influential in our clubhouse. He's a Braves icon and should be in the Hall of Fame. When you win an MVP award twice, it's pretty amazing. And Hank Aaron, there's not enough time to describe what Hank means not only to the Braves but the entire baseball community. It's just special. It really is to be in a class with those guys.
So I did some rough math earlier, hoping this was going to
Hmm.
happen. This one I know 19,902 guys have played in Major League Baseball. That's the one day, one plate appearance guys to the
Yep.
guys who did 20 plus years. But I think the number is about 135 different guys have won an MVP since 1931. That's it. That's the
Mm-mm.
group that you're in now.
Yeah. That's hard to comprehend, Chris. That's not what you ever envision in yourself. You obviously want to be good and play the game the right way, but to be in a group of 135 people, I don't really have the words yet. It's just pretty humbling. I wouldn't be here without my dad, who's sitting across from me right now. He's got the magic right arm. He threw all those batting practice to me, and helped me get to where I am. All we wanted to do was try and make it to college and get some college tuition paid for. That was about it. So to be in this situation, it is so at loss for words for me. It's hard to describe.
I'll respect the house situation that you're in now, like the clubhouse. But you did have a few minutes before we got started to spend with your family, and I'm assuming both with your wife and with your dad.
Yeah.
Can I ask maybe what you and your dad might have talked about for a second?
No, I mean, you saw the reaction. I just hugged them and hugged them and hugged them. I didn't want to let go. You know, my dad's my world, so it's just pretty amazing to be here with him and to share this with him. I think all we could really get out is him saying congratulations and just hugging, and that's about it. And just hugging my wife, and I was holding her hand during that. My hands were all sweating, so she's gonna have to wash her hands with a lot of sweat on her hands. So just amazing experience, and to share it with my family, that's all you could really ask for.
There are reasons that guys have success in this game. You have to have God-given ability, no doubt about it. But you also have to make a determination that I'm going to put the work in. I'm going to do this as opposed to that. You make choices, you
Hmm.
make some sacrifices.
Yeah.
When you think about the things that have gotten you here, I can tell you have a natural ability. Your swing, you look like a guy who can play the game, but you had to make decisions to go about BPs, taking care of your body, changing your body, sort of really
Hmm.
than from when you first came into the league. What do you think back now about the 10 years to actually lead up to this moment? Because it wasn't just I start, I play, I win an MVP. There's a whole lot of stuff in between.
Yeah, it took a lot for me to get to where I am now. The swing, it's pretty much been there since day one. I haven't really changed the stance to really anything, but learning the approach to stay left center for me really changed it for me. And it's to have the mental capacity to make sure I stay on it every single pitch. Cause you could, over a course of 162 games, it's easy to lose your concentration for an at bat. And that's the hardest thing, is to stay on it. So that's what I've learned over the course of my career, is to stick to my plan. It's worked. So just keep doing it. If it's not working, it'll ultimately, hopefully start working again when you're in a slump. But the body's changed. Obviously, you remember 10 years ago, it's completely changed. In the off season, I don't do sugars, I don't do carbs. As I get older, you just learn more and more and more to try and keep myself in as the best shape as I can to prolong my career as long as I can. So hopefully we got another 10. That's the goal. So we'll see. But we're off to a good start in the first 10.
I'm going to ask you about that in a second, but I also want to ask, emotionally, you have to make a decision on who you are when you come to the ballpark every day and how you're going to approach at bats. I think some guys fly away from their center, and it creates problems for them, whether it's a night, a week, a month, maybe even as the season's going or career is even going along. You've made a determination in that regard, right? You're going to enjoy this. You're going to be upbeat. You're not going to be kicking stuff. You're not going to be, doesn't mean you don't care. Doesn't mean you don't get emotional. But if you get outside yourself, you really can screw yourself up.
Yeah, I think everyone that's been a teammate of mine knows that my number one goal is to stay the same through the course of the whole season, from start number 1 to 162. Never get too high, get too low. It's a wave of emotions. This game is failure. You're a Hall of Famer if you fail 7 out of 10 times. So that's my number one goal, is to be the same person, be the same guy every day that everyone can count on. For Snit to be able to just plug me into the lineup and never have to worry about me. That's my ultimate goal, is to be in there for every single game and stick to who I am and be happy. Kicking a helmet isn't going to make me get a hit the next time. Throwing my bat, that stuff for me doesn't work. If I strike out, the guy on the mound is a big league pitcher too. He's really good too. So I'm going to go back to the dugout, think about it for a couple seconds, and then move on and get ready for my next at bat. That's all I've always been and continue to do. So it's helped me in that regard the last few years.
I would be remiss.
Last one here, Chris. Sorry.
How about getting over the idea of what you guys fallen a little bit short this year?
Yeah, that was tough. We were so close, but now you got a bunch of hungry guys in that clubhouse. We know how to get there. Our team is amazing. We're set up for success for such a long time, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. So each year we've gotten better. So hopefully next year we can take it to the World Series.
Well, listen, congratulations on all fronts. The city of Atlanta says it. I just get to be the conduit right now. I know it's going to be a busy night for you. I know it's going to be a busy couple of days, but really, really thoroughly enjoy it. You earned it not only on the field, but you earned the respect of a lot of people in this town off the field as well.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. That's very kind of you.
All right, Freddie, tell the family I settle up.
I will. I definitely will.
All right, be good.
Okay.